Hey, Nathan here, helping you become a better jungler. I have a review request today from a player over on the North American server. He's Bronze 2. This is a Dr. Mundo game of his. He goes 0, 6, and 12. It is a loss. This is also actually the first time I'm doing a Mundo review. First time I think I'm ever talking about Mundo on my channel. I don't even think I've reviewed any games against Mundo. Thoughts on Mundo in general. So Mundo is very good into like full one sort of damage comp. Like obviously full AP comps. Mundo can build Spirit Visage, which synergizes really well on him, and he just becomes absolutely unkillable. Literally can 1v5 at that point. But also works as well, I mean, against full AD comps, lots of melee champs. Obviously, you're very, very powerful in terms of getting, as soon as you're on top of someone, you can just be very sticky. He's not ideal in terms of like ranged, a lot of ranged champions, but again, Mundo can really work into everything. If you get to a point where you are just unkillable, doesn't matter what champion it is, you will be able to, potentially 1v5 a game. Champs actually that he's not too good into is champs with consistent sustained damage, like Cassiopeia, obviously Kled with the healing reduction. But I mean, also, it's more items that you build against Mundo. Obviously, the Executioners, Morello Nomicon, like those sort of items obviously do well into Mundo. So it's more of an item based, and like, yeah, from the top of my head, I can really only think about Cassio and stuff. I've always had a rough time into Cassiopeia as Mundo, especially with the slow and stuff like that from a W. So why do you want me to review this game specifically? He says, I found it hard to identify which lane was a win condition. I tried to farm and keep up with where I needed to be, but the ability to turn that into an advantage was difficult. Also, I made a few bad plays by over chasing. I think I do some pretty good counter jungling. I'd like to see my opinion on that. Also, I think I might have focused on fighting a bit too much when I should have done objectives or farm. Okay, definitely can take a look at this. Specific moments in the game you want me to look at is 8 minutes 30 and 4 minutes 21 seconds. I'll take a look at this when we get into the game. And win condition here. So let me first talk about your runes. So you're going, let's get off the inhibitor. Fleet of Footwork, so this is pretty much the standard go-to. I have actually seen a lot of people experiment with Mundo, especially with the new patch that's coming out. They've been talking about buffing some weird junglers, like getting like Darius, which is in this game in the jungle, like Talon, Zed, buffing also Cinderhawk as well. So it'll be interesting how he fits into the place in terms of the meta in patch 10.14, but I think Fleet of Footwork is the best to go. But I've also seen people go like the Omni Stone, trying that out, and also Dark Harvest, which again's weird. I don't play Mundo too much myself, so I haven't exactly know why that may be viable. But again, from my knowledge to Mundo, Fleet of Footwork's the best to go. Triumph, Tenacity, great. Last Stand, Tenacity, I mean, you're versed in a lot of CC here. Leona, Ari, Jax, I would also double up with Merc Treads this game. Last Stand is excellent for Mundo. I would always go this. Never take Coup de Grace. Again, you're a low health like machine on Mundo, especially with his ult synergize as well. Magical Footwear, so you can just straight away rush your Cinderhawk item, which is great. It gives you a little bit of extra move speed, and approach velocity obviously synergizes really well with his Q throw-in. And you go attack speed, armor, and health here. Okay, so I actually think take adaptive here just for that extra bit of damage. And then go armor. Like, I do understand you're trying to get healthy and maybe to get Warmogs earlier or something like that, but I just think the best runes here are to just go attack speed, adapt. I just really think you need the extra damage for Mundo. Like, obviously, you sort of feel like you're a tank and, like, damage isn't exactly a problem, but I mean, it can be the difference between winning games. I mean, you're building basically a full tank anyway, right? So, again, get the little adaptive here. I think it works really well, but the rest of your runes are fine. Okay, so let's now go back to your win condition. So you say here that you struggled. I mean, in general here, you talk about it up here as well to find a win condition. Yeah, I had a lot of difficulty this game. My bot lane was Senna Brand. I really dislike Senna as an ADC. I feel that it doesn't accomplish much at all during the game. Well, I think, to be honest, Senna, potentially more of a high elo champion. I think in bronze, like I just don't think players would really know how to play her that well, but definitely very strong top tier ADC in high elo. And I think Senna Brand is actually a terrifying lane. So Lux is an okay win condition if she can get far ahead. But yeah, Ari is very difficult to gank because of Mundo. She has a charm. She has Ignite. She could turn and kill you actually pretty easily. So I'd actually be wary of that. And Darius Thor could be a win condition. Okay, so I think it's a little bit tricky. I sort of agree with you this game. I mean, Leona, obviously, I mean, Bot, actually, I think you can do a lot of damage, Bot. Both of these guys, once you start getting some slows on them, they don't have really easy ways to escape. I think Bot's absolutely a win condition here for you. I mean, obviously, it's always potential to get a Nasus behind. But you say actually here that his was constantly pushing. And that's going to happen. And that's sort of the annoying thing with a Darius, because Nasus he can't walk up to minions, because Darius will literally just E him in and slowly chunk him down. So top is always going to be very difficult to gank. Obviously, you can do it in certain points. Let's say if Darius gets a really good freeze on the wave or something like that, you can, pressure that. But in general, you sort of need to let Darius just trust him to just kill the Nasus. And then, again, I'll be really hard focusing bot, getting early drags. That's your win condition this game. But in general, Mundo, it's himself. You are the win condition. You become an unkillable tank that's doing way more damage than you're taking. You can easily carry a game. Okay, so let's get into the game here. So it looks like you're starting red buff. I also want to talk a little bit about this. Like, I do understand this. I mean, he's clear early. He does struggle with health, but in terms of the holistic approach, the entire game, I think refillable potions much better. It's way more efficient, way more cost effective. I would never be going 3 health potions on Mundo, unless you're trying to do like some crazy early clear invading or something like that. But in general, refillable potion is best. Okay, so you're doing this interesting path here, doing Raptors red here and then to Krug. So notice you're healthier, and you're pretty much 100% going to need to base off this. I want to show you a challenger quickly. Mundo over on the European West server. So he was rank 11 at this time. This is a game on Feb 4th, so pretty recently. Domis on replay is the channel. So he starts red. I mean, he's using the same side. He does have a Renekton leash, but I want to pay attention here. Look how much healthier here he is. So he starts E. Sorry, he goes... I skipped this a little bit too far. Does red to Raptors. And look, he has refillable potion as well. Then does his Krugs. And look at his health right now after finishing Krugs compared to your health. And he actually looks to actually do something top here. I mean, in this situation, you can't exactly do anything top, so I guess it is okay to base, but maybe you can do something with like an invade or something like that as well. Like, this gives you a lot of options. And so I just want to show you the difference in the 2 clears, but I think this is fine what you've done here. Base, get a machete, that's good. It's going to help you clear. Yeah, make sure you're activating and deactivating your W as well. You don't want to be losing a lot of health from that. I'm just going to reduce the chat here. It's pretty big. Alright, let's move that up. Okay, so your center actually does first blood, which is not ideal for you at all. Come down here, do your wolves, just keep power farming. Yeah, don't really think you can potentially... Oh, maybe you actually could have ran straight here. Let's have a look at this. What information do you have right now? So, Leona just disappears here. I mean, actually, no, you can't do this. Leona's still missing. Because the way I'm thinking this right now is that she has to push this into base safely. If you ran straight here, I think actually you still might have been able to do this, honestly. I think the best option here was actually just to deny her from pushing this in, getting her a free reset off. And you, as Mundo, again, early with the red buff, you can actually just come and just slaughter this Misfortune. I think that actually was the best move here, to be honest. Now she gets a free base off. Okay, so do blue here. Also, general rule of thumb, you want to be doing vision first, then your jungle camps. But in this case, I mean, I guess you sort of know that Jack started red, and he shows top right here, so he's fine. But in general, a general rule of thumb is like, get vision first, then go do your camps. Protect your lanes, get that Rift Scuttler. That's sort of the general rule of thumb you want to have as a jungler. Okay, so we do the Gromp there, Rift Scuttler. So you're farming very well, doing a very efficient path. Okay, and actually coming down here bot for a gank. She does have flash, but she's dead anyway. Great. Alright, awesome work. Base, let's go do our second Krugs right here. Alright, so maybe you should have actually, yeah. This is a situation where you should have helped, because Senna hasn't based yet. I mean, she has 1,000 gold. She really needs to base spend this gold. Help her push this out. Help her get a free reset off. This will help your bot lane immensely. Then you can base and go do Krugs. So I'm going to note this down here. Should have pushed out bot before basing. Yeah, I think that's really crucial here. Again, let Senna spend her gold. Reset the wave. Alright, so get 2 control wards. I love it from base. Using, obviously, right now you're in mind is like, I'm going to clear bot from the top from bot, start using my controls to look to get this dragon. So not much you can do top here. Again, Darius is fully pushing in. It's the only really thing you can do is maybe do a defensive control ward, but I think you really should just keep your control wards for bot side. Okay, so you actually play a placement control ward here, so I really don't think this is necessary. Also, the fact that remember you saw Jax up here earlier. This indicates to me if he hasn't shown anywhere here, he is bot side. So for this dragon, this ward's not going to do anything like that. This is sort of jungle tracking 101. When the enemy player is, I mean, he went top and killed Darius before. I didn't touch on that, but that's what's happened. His top side, that means he's probably cleared his camps, and now he's down on Krugs. And let's actually take a look out of curiosity, and there he is. He's down on Krugs. So that's sort of just, jungle tracking 101. Just always think of that rule, right? They were top side before. They're probably bot side now, most likely. If you've been to your top side jungle, you didn't see him there. That's a real big waste of a control ward. You want to be using it for river. Okay, and this is the rule again, where you want to be getting vision first, then doing your camps. Especially the fact that dragon's up. Come here, get this. You do have sweeper trinkets not up yet. Vision first, again, then do camps. We actually do see Jax pop up here. And he's actually looking to run into your jungle here. So you actually might need to be a little bit careful. They do have bot priority. You actually flash here. The E doesn't show up, but this Jax yeah, you can just kill him, I think. I really like the patience here and the discipline to not go on him. Just wait for your Jax and Senna, your Brand and Senna to come up. This is a dead Jax. Okay, so hit this Scrying Orb first before you walk into, again, the same philosophy. Vision, then do your camps. Like, this is very risky. What happens if they're literally sitting here? Could be, like, Leona could be flash-in on you or something like that. She doesn't have flash, but again, Scrying plant here. Make sure the enemy team doesn't see you doing this. But this should actually be a pretty free dragon. It looks like bot's going to get priority soon. Ahri's showing up mid. And there you go. Great. So great dragon take. Your entire topside jungle is up. I do want you to base for that. You can do Gromp here. Base. Let's go topside. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I really need you to start hammering bot. I'm not sure if you've been using F keys, you've been looking at what's going on bot right now, but they don't have flashes. Really want you to be going bot side, and keep rushing this. Like, this is really a win condition. Or actually, maybe you could do something top here if you were looking at the map, but Darius luckily does kill him. And Jax actually shows bot side. Okay, Jax bot. Let's actually just do Rift Herald right now. Rift Herald, Rift Herald, Rift Herald. Should hit the blasting cone. Okay, are you going for it? Alright, again, same philosophy. Hit the Scrying Orb right now. Hit this. Make sure the enemy team doesn't have it. Like, there's no point leaving it up here. You want to secure an objective. This is super important. I know that Nasus is dead, but make sure Ahri doesn't know you're doing this. Place a control ward here as well. Clear this out, and then you can see if Ahri's walking up and you might need to back off. Like, this is a little bit sloppy control from you in terms of getting this, securing this Rift Herald. But Jax is bot. You get this. Great. Probably could have got it like about 5-10 seconds earlier, but you do get it earlier. Do some counter jungling. Jax was bot side. Great work. Jax actually shows up here now, and you're 2 levels ahead of him. Awesome work. So this is the counter jungling you're talking about. That is great stuff. Really, really good stuff. You have Rift Herald now. You got your Cinder Hulk. You're in a really good position to carry this game now. All right, I want to flick back quickly to your review request here. So I see Jax in my jungle. Instead of going to fight him, I take Rift. Yeah. This was absolutely great move, but again, you're a bit sloppy the rate you set that up. You didn't hit Scrying Plant, you didn't place a control to see if Ahri was potentially going to come check it. Next one's at 14 minutes, 20 seconds. So, come down here. Again, you've missed the rule again of vision first, then camps. This is a perfect example of it. You want to know if there's any like invading happening, but also it happens as well in terms of just protect your, it's a lot of threat as well. By warding this, you know that the enemy team doesn't have this warded. And it's just extra threat. It makes Jax scared to walk in here. And then you can go do your camps, but it's the threat. That's more of the point of it. Threat to protect your lanes and also to obviously control the river. So Jax actually shows top and kills Jax now. Potentially want to get into their jungle, get some deep wards going. Great, you're doing it, you're checking the camps. I love this from you. This is good play. Really, really good stuff. Alright, I like the deep ward here, but the fact that you saw Jax top here, the more pressure ward here is actually to secure this. Let's actually see if this is warded. It's not warded, but I would actually want to control ward this first. But I mean, this ward's still fine. But the fact that, again, that there's no real threat of anyone coming right now to look for a dive. So I actually really like that you're looking for a dive here. Okay, this is pretty unfortunate. You had the right idea, but your Leona just literally engaged. You didn't even know you were there. They actually sort of got pretty lucky here. And I really like... Okay, I love the discipline here. Knowing your brand's dead, just leave it. Bot lane is actually really fed right now, so this is not ideal for you. You're literally almost like the only win condition right now. I just really don't see much you can be doing for this game. Like, you still can potentially keep going bot. I mean, they did burn summoners from that. I still think it's not a lost cause. Again, I just don't think there's much to do here. Like, Nasus is like level 9 now. He's actually doing... He's going to be pretty strong. Maybe still top. Again, top R, mid R is very ungankable. Let's just see how this game plays out. Maybe... potentially 4 dragons can be your win condition. Okay, I really want you to base off this and just go top and do your Krugs. I don't know what you're doing mid here. Maybe coming to clear this wave, which I can maybe see actually. Just back off this Ahri. You don't know where Jax is. Let's continue the disciplined gameplay. Sure, maybe you can 1v1 her. I mean, she has flash. You don't even know that. Her ult's coming up soon. This is like, if you go for this, this is almost suicide. You don't know where Jax is. Here comes the Jax. You're going to kill Ahri, you burn your flash for it, you waste your flash, and you die. Okay, so you're disciplined before bot with that play, but then you just switch straight away. And you're like, oh, I'm just going to go chase this Ahri when Jax is missing her ult up and she has flash, and I just waste my flash. Like, there's no way you're going to kill a flash and ult Ahri. Impossible as Mundo. So... yeah, like, you just can't choose to be disciplined sometimes and not the other. Like, you see the consequences right now. Now you lose Dragon from it. Again, you're... at this point in the game, you need to understand that you're the win condition. Every death you have, super bad. The game will slowly slip away from you further and further, and you lose Dragon off this. So now you've lost the win condition of potential 4 dragons. Okay. So you do go top now, and you're actually looking to just go do straight to Rift Hero. Alright, I really like the thought process, the pressure here. This is your thinking, alright, I'm actually just going to use Darius in my win condition. I actually really like this, actually. Break first tower in the game, and then what you can actually do here is break this, clear entire topside jungle, flip Darius, and maybe look for a 4-man dive play. I hope maybe Lux has priority. I think this is how you get back into this game. So this is actually a really good move from you. This is creating an opening for you. This is proactive plays, not defensive reactive plays. This is excellent work from you. Oh no, but this is a huge mistake going for this second tower. This is, again, momentum based. Like, this is like, do you know how hard he's going to be able to get this tower? Ahri is missing, Jax is missing. You're not going to be able to get it. Impossible. Like, Nasus can literally just either wave. He can potentially, I mean, maybe you can dive this, but again, like, Ahri's missing. Use Ahri missing to come defend this to, again, go do your full top side. Then maybe even Lux towards priority, and you can, like, 5-man dive bot, break this tower. Like, there's no way that these guys, no matter how fed they are, can deal with 5 members. Even if you die for it, you're tanking the tower. That's going to be huge for you. This is a really big mistake. You cannot get this tower. Impossible. Ahri's missing. Ahri shows up, clears the wave. You've wasted momentum. You've wasted tempo. You've wasted time. And now Jax kills Lux mid. Alright, again... no reason to play this control ward. Clearing topside here. Bot is your next focus. Flip the map with Darius. This is the objective. There's nothing really more for you to get top here. I mean, Rift Herald is coming up, but this is the priority. Get down here. Let's shut down these guys' bot. Like, if you can shut these guys down, would be great. Alright, so this is... okay, this is the play you were talking about here. I try to defend turret from Jackson, but you die here. So, this is the danger. I mean, you actually engage on this. Ahri has Ignite, and you die. Again, really undisciplined gameplay. There's no reason to do this at all. No reason to risk this. Even if you got kills there, you would be too low to do anything. You would need to base anyway. You just waste your ult. You've just died. You've broken the rules as a jungler. You've just died with your entire jungle up. Jax will come up here and just counter jungle it. I don't know if he will or not, but you've given him the option for it. So 2 key plays here are like losing you the game. Again, every death, remember, every death you have, the game will slip further and further out of your hands. You're the win condition. So this is really bad stuff. Like, at this point, looking back, I'd think this game's like lost here. Like, I would stop the review right here. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes, see what actually happens, see if maybe you can have an option to get back into this game. But now Darius is coming up here to defend this. he dies. You lose so much from that death as well. You see how much momentum you lose? I actually think you should just ditch your top side and go straight bot here. I think this is the only solution right now. So you lose top tower from that. You defend top. I mean, maybe you can do Rift Herald. Alright, I think you actually just do Rift Herald right now. You have control wards here. Place like a control ward here or something like that. Darius' priority, just do Rift Herald. Then maybe we can... I mean, I don't even know you can get drag. Like, bot is so fed right now. You should have done second Rift Herald. I'm going to note that down as well. Where is that? 1640. Should have done second Rift Herald. With top priority. Okay. So, we need some control river here. Bot lane doesn't have priority. I don't think they ever will. Mid doesn't have priority right now. This is a little bit risky. Just clear your camps. Alright, so this is where you also need to assess. You don't have Darius. Nasus has TP right now. This is potentially a 4 versus 5 fight. I don't even like the positioning of all these people. Why are you running into no vision? Okay, this is not good. You're into a Leona. She can lock you down, CC chain you with ults. She has Ignite. You die. Darius isn't here. Nasus TP's in. Your bot dies, and you lose second dragon for it. Okay, so this is, again, fundamental rules. Looking at TP, Nasus. It's a 4 versus 5 fight, potentially. I mean, the waves weren't set up properly. Like, this was just a huge risk, and you just ran into no vision. Into potentially 3 members. The entire team was missing, basically. And you ran into that. You basically just suicided there. So this is where I'm going to end the review. I really need you to nail down here, picking your fights. Thinking, assessing, kill threat, assessing where's the enemy team, where's the enemy jungler. This is a thought process you need to be going before you just walk into. Like, Mundo is a champion that if you go in, you need to really pick your fights. Because if you go too far, like, you're not that tanky at this stage of the game. If you go too far in, there's no you getting out. You can't jump over walls. You're just like a big fat thing walking around, and hopefully you're tanky enough and do enough damage to kill people. So yeah, so you're also at this point, I think you're not the win condition. Like, you have no win condition right now. Enemy Massis is out of control. He's going to Triforce now. His execution is to deal with you. Bot lane's out of control. Ari hasn't died any times. Your Lux is 0-2. So I want you to look back these 17 minutes. Really internalize this. Like, the rule here is, again, just be disciplined. Pick your fights smart. Think about them. Like, I mean, you're looking back, you could even probably tell me right now that these were like why did I take those fights? But you need to, like, internalize this in game and go through the thought process quickly in your head in game. And I mean, I still think this game was winnable if you were the win condition and didn't die 3 times. So I hope I've emphasized that point enough. Really passionate about this stuff because I used to do this all the time, and I just learned from painful experience like this exact game. These type of games, I'm like, why did I do that, Nathan? Why did I do that? And then once I started letting go and just realizing I don't need to take these fights. Let's just take the smart fights. There'll be opportunities to come back into the game, especially in bronze. I can tell you the enemy team will literally give you opportunities to get back into the game in a platter. Guarantee it. It's not too high elos where there'll be points where the enemy team won't let you get back in. So you check out my full notes from this review over on my blog, nathanmott.gg. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.